Hello everybody, and on today's edition of This Old Junk, we're back to show you the progress that we made on, I got all the bed loaded up. Of course, we still got our porthole here. Still got that. That's why that's going to be after everything's done. We're going to fix that hole. And we got a hole back here. Oh, maybe doctor up this, I don't know. We'll just see how that goes when we get to it. But we're going to do a little work to that. But really what I wanted to show you guys is this is what it comes out like, because this is my welding. I ain't gonna say I'm no pipeline welder or nothing. I can stick some metal together, guys. And you can too. That's what I'm trying to show you in all this. So that's all done. I got right up to here. Everything here, as you see, all our lines match up pretty good. It might be a touch off. I don't know. It looks pretty good to me, really. Even our line right here where this piece is a separate piece, it lines up pretty good. Coming around here, that's all flat. Right there. There. It ain't bad. And whenever I tighten everything up, it'll square everything up too. So it's going to be a little flexible right now because everything's still loose. But that's what we got. I have to still go all the way down there. I kind of finished this off with a flap wheel here, guys. And you'll see how it's real defined and everything. It's really, I could put a thin coat of mud on that, or just rhino line the crap out of that air, just and you would never even know. It's pretty much that good, I think, for me. And the quality of this truck, it's not going to be no show truck. It's going to be a muscle truck. So that's what we're doing there. That's, for me, that's done. So will I go that far on all of this? I'll probably do like up to here on all four of the corners right there and around this edge. That way I'll leave like, now I ain't gonna just leave it like this. Don't get me wrong. I'll grind it down, but it just won't be as finished as this. I'll just make sure it's, so that it ain't no rough edge sticking up. I'll get 90% of it down. The flap work is a lot of detail work when you go in there with this thing and take all the little weenies out. That's pretty much it, guys. That's where we're at on this. I wanted to make a short little video. It might even be as short, but I wanted to show you what we're doing there. And right here, hold on, let me back the camera up here. Well, hold on, I'll bring you guys in here and let you see the finished work on that. Oop, it's gonna get wibbly. Okay. See how that comes out? Now this is what it was before, of course. You just got to kind of spot it and stick it together. And this is not the thickest metal, so, it ain't easy to weld. Now it's got some spots like right in there and there. But hey, we cut this thing all the way down from a long bed to a short bed. There's going to be a little touch of Bondo in it. And if it had a little stripe along there to kind of square that up, I'll tell you what, guys, I think I could live with that. So this is what we're on to next after that, which that'll be a video. I ain't gonna bore you guys with doing all of the grind down stuff, but I will bore you with a little bit of this on what we're gonna do here. Oh, there, man, it's just rocky around here, man, watch out. Okay, so we got this right here. Whoop. I don't know if we'll have mine handsome mugging at this time, but I don't know if you guys have heard before, but we'll have me in there, but I won't be like in there, you know what I mean? You'll see my hands, you'll hear me talk, but I won't be in there, but I will be in there. Maybe you will be, I don't know, might be. So right here what I did is I kind of pondered on this a little bit, because I was like, man, I got a line here that I need to make, and I would like to make it as straight as possible. But I was like, man, if I had a big, long, flexible ruler, I thought, no, I don't have a big, long, flexible ruler, I know. I was like, but I do have a bunch of this, you skin the walls in like a bathroom or a kitchen behind the on my rental properties. Yeah, that's that. I have a bunch of that. So I was like, huh. And I know one edge here is factory straight. So look right here. Now my cut's gonna be over here. We're going all the way over. This is just an example here of how straight the line can go. There we go. And then on that, guys, what I'm gonna do, because I know, you know, you guys ain't gonna be able to see. I can see that line, but on camera you really can't. So I know that. So I will take a chunk of tape here, but I'll go the whole length of the panel, right, from all the way around the bedside and all. And I will get it started on the line. And pretty much chase it down the whole panel, guys. That way I know that my line's square. And then I'll use that line right there, and I'll just cut it. And if I'm a little this way, I can always take the flap wheel and the grinder and bring it back together and square it up. That way my two pieces, the closer you get them together, the better off you're going to be. You don't want no real wide gaps like that, and that makes a cocksucker out of welding this, and you don't want that. But that's an example. So, and now, from that edge, I know I got me a good straight edge there, right? I'm going to take my 14 off, which will be, you know, here's another thing that I wanted to explain. This right here, guys, this will make a lot of difference on a whole lot of measuring on your shit coming out straight. This little, I don't know if you guys can see it. This wiggles about 1/8 inch this way and this way. About every tape I've ever seen, ever produced and sold to man is like that. That's a lot. So whenever you do your measuring, I suggest, it's an old method, it's called burning an inch, where you just take your tape here, and instead of going off that, you know you got a line here. And hell, it'd be almost better to take 2 inches, see? So that would turn our 14 inches into not 15, it would turn it into 16 inches. And that's where we'd make our mark right there. Or no, we'd want, yeah, it'd be 16 inches, because we want 14 inches in between here and here, and we subtracted 2 inches. That way we can use this straight line right on our line that we know that where we want to cut at. We want this to be exact. We don't want it all cattywampus. And guys, this right here on the tape, if you do this back and be like, oh, this way, and then you measure this one and you're holding it up there with your finger right, like that, because you think, oh, man, that'll be all right. And even the thickness of the blade of this tape here. So you figure that slop and then the thickness of the blade, that's like 3/16 of an inch I'm talking, man. That's a lot. You know? That's almost, that, you know? Shoot, that's a lot of room. It really is. And if you're trying to make this stuff come out straight, it won't come out straight if you're 3/16 off this way and 3/16 off the other. So like if you're 3/16 off like this way short, and then you're 3/16 off that way long, that shit's going to go together like that, and whenever you put your top cap on there, it'll look like this. It won't be good, man. So that's what you want to do, guys. I just wanted to kind of explain all that whenever you're cutting this. And just don't go willy-nilly. Yeah, go willy-nilly a little bit, but use a little bit of common sense and mark it out with tape first. You know, we'll use your lines there and then use tape on there, because you can peel the tape off and put new tape down. After you get your lines on there, you know, you get your first line down, and then you measure over where you're going to, and then you make your mark, and then you measure it a few times, you know, with the burn your inch or 2, or if you feel comfortable, burn the 3. Hell, if you feel comfortable, burn 5. You know what I mean? Hell, you could burn 10 and or 12 and just start over right there, because that'll be that'll be like you start over there, and it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right on your tape there, in red. and then you'll know right where you're at. So that's a couple of different solutions to get stuff straight. I wanted to kind of explain that, maybe to help guys out, because I know, I have made that mistake where it was a 3/16 this way and 3/16 that way, and the shit came out looking like this. And man, if you're gonna do this, you gotta be exact on the measurements. Even if it takes you all day to sit there and measure, and you gotta measure. Make sure you do, because your measurements got to be right, or your cut. It doesn't matter how good you are cutting; it ain't gonna go back together right. It'll be gappy, and hell, I've seen it where and I've done it. We're down here or something, or up at the top, it had a gap in it. To even try to square it out, I was like, and you had to put a filler in behind it. And I've made the mistakes before too, so I ain't gonna sit here and go, that guy's this or that guy's that, because you're gonna make mistakes when you're doing this, but you can fix them. I fixed my mistakes, whenever I made them. Okay, guys, I ain't gonna keep us on here too much longer. I wanted to explain this, and the reason I pulled that tape there is because we're going with our 14 inches. I don't know if I've said this before, but we're taking it out of right here, guys. We're taking the gas door out of here. And I kind of got an idea, because I know that my long bed tank is too long to fit underneath the truck. And I'm not going to try to cut that down and weld it all back together. Piss on that. I heard a solution was to run a Suburban tank in this year. I'm going to try that and see what that comes up with. If not, it's going to have a fuel cell, and I'll put a fuel cell under the bed, and I'll save this gas door, and whenever it's time to put it in there, that's where it'll fuel, and that'll be the flip up. Just tool that right out there to where I can put this in here. And I'll French that right in there so it'll have the door on the back there. And I'll have plenty of room, because imagine I'll at least be, heck, like right in there, around it. I know 14 gets me 14's anywhere there, so I have plenty of room. Even if I had to take it back a little bit here and there, I'll still have that little door section that I can use on there. Yeah, it'll have a little curve in it, but I don't really care about that. It'll be in between a couple of ribs. It'll work out nicely. You'll see. Trust me. It'll be fine. I'll fix it. Well, guys, like I said, I'm Turk Murphy. This is This Old Junk. I hope you enjoyed some of the explanations. Please do me a favor. I'm going to ask you guys to like, share, and subscribe. That's how we grow the channel. If you guys like what I'm doing and all this stuff, tell your friends about it, man. Hey, get you an old junk truck and get out there in your garage and buy you a Harbor Freight grinder and start cutting, man. You can do it. Peace. I'm out.